welcome back to the channel. This is just... Why is that song going around in my head? There's a song by a band from the 90s. They were called the Shamen, and they had a song out called, everyone's going to say everybody's a good, not that one, Phorever People. And Phorever, with this funny spelling, I think it started with a PH. And that song's going around in my head. I don't think I've heard it anywhere. It's just really odd. Anyway, welcome back to the channel. Thank you to everybody who's commented, subscribed, hit like. Please keep doing that. That really helps me on the getting engagement from different people. So I love that. Thank you. This video is an update on some of the things that have happened earlier this week, and a lot of them are to do with podcasting. So, as you know, I co-host a podcast with Mark from Mark and Cars on YouTube and Instagram. He has a podcast called Auto Media that I've been on guest on before, and then his Porsche Talk podcast I was a guest on a few weeks ago with Michael Bath from Porsche Cooled, which was brilliant, because I haven't caught up with Michael in absolutely ages, so I must message him. But anyway, we did our first one, and it was a bit crazy because we sort of did it really impromptu. It was a message from Mark saying, actually, do you want to record on right now? And I went, yeah. And then there I was moving furniture around, talking about my IKEA furniture and whatnot. But I really enjoyed it, and I hope you do too. It's on the I'll put the link in the description. And what we're doing now is, though, we're having guests as well, and it's kind of escalated or snowballed quite quickly. So we've got guests on who are quite well known in the Porsche community, and I'm starting to feel the pressure a bit. Obviously it's not anything where I'll be earning an income. Why am I uncomfortable in this car? I think my wife's moved the seat again. It's time to do that John Candy. That's better. So there are a few people who are well known in Porsche circles, on social media and in sort of journalism, photography, all of those different mediums. And yeah, I started to feel the pressure a bit, and it was almost like, oh my god. And you're messaging somebody who you think is almost, well, I'd say famous in these circles, and they're responding and they're saying, yeah, great, I'd love to be on your podcast. And I just and there I'm sat there going, oh my god, this might actually happen. Anyway, it is happening, and I've waffled on quite a bit, so I'm sorry about that. Anyway, it is happening, so I need to just get on with it. The thing that I haven't sorted out is I literally just put a desk up in my attic room, and I've got nothing on there. I've got an old laptop on there that I sometimes use for doing my tagging on YouTube and stuff like that, but I've got no tech, so I just put my phone up, plug some headphones in, and I start talking to Mark, who does all of the clever editing, recording, whatever it might be. Now, I don't know what kind of demand there is for it being on video as well, so if I was to put it on YouTube as well, I don't know. So I do need to get the kit. Now I think, now keep me honest here, there's probably someone listening, there's definitely somebody listening who's much more of a techie than I am. But if I got one of those Windows notebooks by Lenovo or somebody, they're like £200 with the N series chip in, and I bought a microphone and a mixer and use some software like Audacity or GarageBand, that'd be enough, wouldn't it? I'd be able to then record the video as well, edit it, and upload it. I don't know what the answer is, but I need to think about that. It's come too soon for the next 2 podcasts, well, 2 guests. I think it's okay for the ones with just me and Mark, but the ones with guests, I probably should think about recording those, and the editing is going to be quite a time and effort overhead. So I don't really know what to do about that. And also, I should listen to that song, the Shamen one. But then will it send me down a hole and I'll start listening to their album, whatever it was called? What was the album called? It wasn't called something like Boss Drum? Something like that? I remember that was a song. How many songs do I remember? Why do I remember this useless information? So there was Ebenezer Good, Forever People, Boss Drum, Love, Sex, Intelligence. Yes, I remember that one. That's it, I can't remember anymore. I'm sure if I saw the list I'd remember it, but I don't even know what I'm talking about it. Anyway, that's basically the update. I'm all in with the podcasting, but I have decided, previously I'd said that, you know what, by the end of January, which is a couple of weeks away, if I got 1,000 subscribers to my YouTube channel, I've done nothing to promote this thing that I'm saying, oh, if you want to see this gross boxster being wrenched on, then subscribe and hit like and blah, blah, blah. I've not done any of that. But I was just thinking, you know what, if I do get 1,000 subscribers, then I'll feel compelled, rather than me just one day waking up going, should I wrench on that? Now I can't be asked. So this is the bit where I lost a bit of traction and a bit again. We're not actually heated up yet. We're not operating temperature, Captain. Anyway, oh, Suzuki Jimny. So I didn't promote that to say if I get 1,000 subscribers, hey, I'll start wrenching on it, but I thought it would compel me to do it. But now I think my hand may be forced, because Jack's too busy and it would be quite a thing to get it over to him with no tax or MOT, because I'd have to drive through quite busy built up area. And my friend Jez up the road, who I went to see yesterday, he is incredibly busy until the end of February. So either have a head-on collision with a bus which is overtaking a tractor, that's country, that's living in the sticks, tractor. Or, so either, yep, I leave it under that cover festering. I need to take it out from under the cover, so I need to put the battery in and get the window up. But either I do that, leave it until about March, or I start wrenching on it myself. Now, the brakes don't look too bad. As long as I don't round one of those screws on the discs, which I shouldn't. I've got one of those impact driver things as well. Do you know where you put you set it to loosen, impact driver thing, you put it into the screw or bolt, and then you thwack it with a hammer and it does a... Everyone knows what an impact driver is. Anyway, I use that, take the discs off, take the calipers off, press the piston back in, put the pads back in, put the discs back on after doing a white brush everywhere, put the disc back on, put the caliper back on, put the new pads in, and adjust the handbrake, because that's just through there. Everyone knows what that means, right? You stick the screwdriver through the bolt hole for the wheel, and you turn that little wheel. And so I can do that myself. At the moment, the time now is 11:30 in the morning, and as my 3-year-old says when she's talking, my eyes, and it is -1 at the moment. I do not want to be wrenching. I can't see a thing. I do not want to be wrenching when it's -1, even with gloves and things like that. Slipping a spanner, like I said before, it's like, you know, it's on the scale of like getting kicked in the nads. Obviously lower down the scale, but so that's where I am. Podcasting, loads of stuff happening on that. The Boxster, not a lot happening, but it's in the forefront of my mind. And when it's a day like this and it's sunny, I think, oh, I should really do something on that. But there's also, I'm just rambling on now, the video is really long again. But the other thing is, because I've moved house and everything is in a couple of sheds, so tools, trolley jacks, overalls, whatever it might be. So as soon as I need something, I go, right, I want to go and jack the car up, get a trolley jack. I'll spend probably half an hour to 40 minutes looking for it. So I find it, I get out there, jack the car, axle stand, then I go back into the sheds and I spend half an hour to 40 minutes looking for the axle stands. I come back out and I go, right, let's get the wheel off. So I can do that because the wheel spanner is in the toolkit with the car. So I can do that. Then, right, let's find the impact driver. Can't find that. Let's find the Allen key for the calipers. Can't find that. Let's find the clamp to push the pistons back in. Can't find that. So that's what I'm a little bit worried about. I mean, I could do that all up front and then find everything, get it ready, but there's always going to be that thing. I'm going to need copper grease or something. So, God, that's like, it's a bumpy road. That's major procrastination. Or procrastination for the nation, as my daughter would say. So that's where I am. And have a listen to the podcast, and I hope you enjoy it. There's going to be a theme to it, to each one. There's going to be notes that Mark and I will share with each other. There'll be obviously guests. I'll be doing reading up about guests before they arrive, but I'm not very good to sticking to a script. So what's gonna happen is it's just going to be going off on a tangent. Like on the last one, I was about to go into talking about people who have sex with cars. And Mark, luckily, he is more aware than I am, and he's able to change the subject. Anyway, that was it. Let me get around this corner. Oh, I just took too long then. Anyway, that was the update. As is the case with me every single time, it was long and rambling, but the bottom line is podcasting. Yes, we're doing it. I'm a guest on somebody else's podcast, but I think we're going to make it our podcast together. I still think it should be called the P Take, the Porsche Take, but I need to talk to Mark about that. And there's not a lot happening with the Boxster, but there will be. Anyway, thank you for watching, thank you for listening. Please hit like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video. Thank you.